Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, 1 p.m. PST. We must be doing it live if it's that time. If it's that time of day, we're doing it live. Oh, man, what a good day. Right now, we just hit 90 degrees, so it's not too hot. I'm happy about that. Got some family in town, so if you hear children screaming sporadically, that's why. My nieces are in town. You know how kids are when they get together. They get a little crazy, crazier than they usually are. Kids are always crazy, but they turn it up a little bit more when they get around their kind, right? So shout out to everybody already in the comment section. I appreciate that. Preach. You saw the damn thumbnail. I wish that was like some doctored shit that they made up, but that's really him doing what he does. He's going to do what he do. And he was talking about the new Inflation Reduction Act. When they call it that, you know, that's the last thing it's going to do. Because, you know, a whole bunch of other shit was packed in there. It wasn't just that. I think each bill should be just that bill about one thing. Then the next thing, it gets its own bill. Not call it this and then jam pack it with all kinds of other bullshit that has nothing to do with the title. They call it the Inflation Reduction Act, but where in there is about inflation, because all that old gibberish spitting fool was saying was about climate change and healthcare. I'm just trying to find where the inflation reduction comes in there, because all he was talking about was healthcare and climate change. So let me know, help me connect those dots. I know the dots are far away, but just help me connect them. And the Who, not the band. I wish we were able to talk about the band, the Who, but this Who is the World Health Organization, a collection of international dumbasses who try to tell us what to do. They want to change the word monkeypox because they don't want to offend anybody, guys. The World Health Organization is now in the business of feelings, not health. Scratch that out. It's not WHO, it's WFO, the World Feelings Organization, because it's about feelings, not science. Feelings are science. Now, whatever my feelings are, that's the science. So they want to change, and they want to change some other disease names too. While we're at it, while we got the disease name drawer open, why don't we talk about other things too? Because it's wrong that you name diseases after their geographical origin. That's hurtful. So they're going to change it. They're going to add some numbers and stuff, some Roman shit. It's going to be fun. Commiefornia. They will be the first state. Why are we always the first state to do some dumb shit? Why aren't we the first state to revamp and rebuild our infrastructure? Why aren't we the first state to go from number 49 to number 1 as far as education? Why can't we be the first state to do some good shit? We're always the first state to do some dumb shit. Which line is dumb shit? That's where California is going to be standing. That's the line we're going to be in. So now they want to do free lunches. They're going to be the first state to offer free lunches for all school-age children, for all students. And Heidi Booth, yes, I did grow up in this commie shithole. They're going to have it for all kids because they say because of inflation and all that stuff, you know, the parents need some help. They need some help feeding their kids. So we're going to give your kids free lunch. Sounds good on the surface, right? Don't be ridiculous. It's not. And I know I put in there that we're going to talk about another shit-faced celebrity, and I might get to it, but there's something else that's a little more important than some dumb celebrity that can't hold their fucking liquor. The CDC, they say it's all good. The CDC says, hey, are you vaccinated people, you poked people, you guys can do whatever you unpoked, you guys can do whatever you want. You can do just the same thing as the poked. It's all the same. No more quarantining. Hey, put a mask on if you're infected, or if you think you got it, you tested positive, put a mask on. Kids, they're allowed to go back to class. It's all good now. It's all good, man. It's all good. Everybody can go back to work and school, man. It's all good. It's all cool runnings now. Call me now. Everything's fine. I'm sorry about those jobs we took away. I just saw one where these 80-some teachers who got fake poke cards, they get to go back to work now. So they were just messing with you. This is like when we go over to another country and we bomb them and fuck them up, and then we pay to rebuild it. So like, oh, we were just testing out our weapons. Our bad. Here, let's pay you to rebuild all the shit we just blew up. So what's the point of war then? So just like that, hey, come on. We're just fucking with you with the lockdowns and all that, baby. Hey, it's me, the CDC. It's all good. The same CDC that posted something on their website a couple years ago, then they were like, oh shit, my bad. And they took it down. This ain't a Facebook page. This ain't some personal Facebook page. It's the C-D-C. And they were like, whoops, let's take that back down. But they're telling you now, it's all good, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? You guys remember what we've been through for the last 2.5 years just for the CDC to come out and say, hey, herd immunity's good. I read an article yesterday talking about if you got the sweet and sour sniffles and beat it, you're more protected than people that got the poke. So all of those who got the poke, how do they feel? All those health problems and shit you're dealing with. Turns out you didn't have to. You should have just rode it out like the rest of us, like the unpoked. Now you got some shit floating around in you. Just saying, if you wait long enough, the bullshit will change. The science, right? The science says, oh, it's cool. It's fine now. Oops, my bad. Which one is it? Is it the worst thing since the bubonic plague or a glorified flu? My goodness. My goodness. Good gun, people. Good gun, damn it. It's all good. This one is titled, Texas Father Shoots and Kills Intruder Holding 2 Children at Gunpoint. You can't do that. You can't break into somebody's house and point a gun at their children. That's how you get dead. A Texas father of 2 shot and killed one of 3 intruders who entered his home Sunday and held his family at gunpoint. The following day, the home on 18th Street was also the apparent target of a shooting around 6 p.m. and a few hours later, a fire was reported there around midnight. Damn, that's a wild-ass street you live on. Port Arthur police said armed suspect Terrence Ellis, 27, died Sunday at the scene of an aggravated robbery after he and 2 other armed suspects, whom police say may have known the homeowners, forcibly entered the residence as a female resident was arriving. So she's pulling up in the car. She's opening the door. There's our way in. The homeowner fired several shots at the suspect, who was pronounced dead on the scene. The other 2 suspects fled. Why do they always flee? Why do they always run away? You guys are crime buddies. The personification of my partner in crime. You guys are crime buddies. As soon as the bullets start flying, they all run. Well, then why are you here with guns if you don't want to have a shootout? Why'd you come? Why are you guys being a bunch of fucking cowards? You guys wanted to show up and take shit. The bullets start flying and you run? Well, Dad wasn't having that shit. The gunman held the family at gunpoint before the male homeowner shot and killed Ellis with a rifle. Oh, so you know. Man, that was an accurate shot. From inside a house, what was he, 6 to 10 feet away? It's a wrap. Surprised they were able to identify him. Maybe shot him in the body. No one was home during the Monday shooting or fire, which destroyed a bedroom. The cause of the fire is suspicious. Also, I guess it was that same house. So maybe some people got mad, came back and shot it up and set it on fire like a bunch of bitches. We want the public to know we don't feel this is just a random act where individuals are going and doing aggravated robberies, Herbert said. The evidence shows they knew each other. So maybe they were there scoping it out. I'm acting like your friend. And then I stick that knife right between your shoulder blades. The Port Arthur Police Department's criminal investigation is looking into the incident, interviewing witnesses. One local resident spoke to PA News. It is what it is, he told the outlet. Our law enforcement will not say what it all is. It's all gang related. Oh, criminals get together and rob and steal. The detectives know what it is. They're not willing to get out of their comfort zone. Uh-oh. Herbert would not say whether the incident was not gang related. These investigations are like a puzzle. We have to put the pieces together. Well, it sounds to me like if you talk to some of the neighbors, they already did some of that shit for you. So a bunch of dumbass gangbangers doing dumbass shit and they died. Imagine that. You live the gangbanger lifestyle and you end up getting shot. Who could have saw that one coming? But that's what happens when you roll up in somebody's house and you point guns at their kids. If they got a gun, they're going to point it at you and they're going to pull the trigger before you do, Mr. Ellis. Peace. And that, folks, was good gun. Got him, yes. Disorganized crime. Exactly. Fucking clowns. Bunch of clown-ass cowards. Now, I'm not saying I wanted them to shoot or harm the family, the homeowner, the guy who ended up shooting them. But if you're acting all brave and shit with your gun-toting and going up in someone's house, what the fuck you run for? I bet they ran down the street like a bunch of scared bitches. Why are you running? You have a gun in your hand. Punks. So don't forget, mygreengear.com, jerichogreen.net. My P.O. Box is 806 Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. I think I'm going to go check my P.O. Box today after I'm done here. Venmo is GreenforGreen. Cashapp is $ Jericho Green and the number 1. I recommend you use those if the super chats are tripping. Some people are like, hey, they won't let me super chat. Boom. Here's your plan B. Brian King B. Falcon, thank you. He said, did they throw up gang signs before they died? I hope so. I hope you showed pride in your hood. You're set. Lori Hensley, you're right. Like and sub and like. I hope they were, what they say, bout it. I hope they were bout it. I hope they ran off throwing up their gang signs and shit as they ran off into the night, scared, probably crying. They probably got together, took their pants off, and held each other and cried themselves to sleep. I hear that's what they do. Super Chat Cherry Popper. You have broken the financial hymen, Black Lake. Thank you. Out doing yard work, listening to Jericho. Hope you all are having a great weekend. Stay salty, Americans. Yard work. Yeah, you think as a kid when you become a grown-up, you don't have chores to do, but yeah, you do. The only difference is you don't have anybody to harp and bitch at you to get them done. So, hey, I'll be right there with you, Black Lake, doing the yard work. But you know what's cool? When you're done and you sit back and look at all your hard work, it's all cleaned out. Whatever, the pile of junk is gone, the garden is fixed, something's painted. It's nice to sit back with something cold and lean on a shovel or something and look at the fruits of your labor. So have fun. I'm right here with you. Joe Mello, thank you. Hey, Jericho, keep up the good work. Love from Fairfield, Commiefornia. Fairfield's not too far from here. What's up, man? We're going to be talking about our shit state in a little bit. The shit stain. If America was a pair of tighty whities, California is the shit stain. California, Oregon, and Washington. And New York is the piss stain in the front. It's a fucking disgrace. Disgrace. Mr. Roy Lee Painter. Where's my boy Steve? You the man, Jericho. Simplify. Yeah, where's Steve? Remember Steve was popping off. Had a bunch to say. I waited for him in the comment section. We all waited patiently. But I guess he had to finish clipping his mom's toenails so he couldn't come back and play. Oh, well, his loss, guys. His loss. We could have taught him something. What a missed opportunity for knowledge, Stephen. Heidi Booth, thank you, miss. JG got back from the infamous Greenwood, Indiana mall, and people look crazy. What happened to looking presentable? Yeah, we're in the pajama bottoms out in public era, and I don't like that shit. I think if you wear your pajama bottoms out in public, you should be cited. And if you get enough citations and you don't pay them, you should do jail time. What the fuck are you doing? Is your life so fast paced that you have no time to put on pants? Like you had to get to the grocery store so fast that you couldn't put on some pants. You had to get to Starbucks, the gas station, somewhere to eat so fast. In such a hurry, you did not have time to dress yourself. So that tells me if you didn't dress yourself, you probably didn't brush your teeth or wash your face. You got eye boogers and last night's mistakes still left on your genitals getting all crusty. Ew. Clean yourself, cleanse yourself, and come out in public. Shit. I can't stand people that wear pajama bottoms in public. It's like a fashion thing. You see the young girls tucking them in their Ugg boots. If you wear pajama bottoms in public, you do not take care of your vagina. That's what I'm trying to say. Gross. Pajama bottoms? I wouldn't mind if we went back to the days where people, remember back in the 50s and 60s and whatnot, people wore suits when they flew. I understand long flight, you want to be comfortable, but I wouldn't mind if there was some kind of dress code for that. We need a dress code across society. I do not want to see you in I don't want to see no dude in no tight ass skinny jeans where I can see that whether or not you're circumcised through your jeans. Gross. No pajama bottoms, please. That shit is disgusting. Ugh. Anyway. Got me all fired up. Remember that scene in Deuce Bigalow where he met a big old black chick who was played by Big Boy, this DJ in LA. And he meets up with her. He's like, ooh, I think I made a mistake. Ooh, we're going to have some steak? I'm hungry. And he goes, no, I made a mistake. Oh, you got my mouth all ready for some steak? Lord German Husbando. I just heard my mom die of laughter again, Jericho. I don't mean to do that. I'm not trying to make your mother die of laughter. Please revive her for the rest of the live stream. Lord German Husbando's mom, come back to us, please. Thank you, miss. Roy Lee Painter, come on, Steve. Your mom's at bingo. He knows she's at bingo because if he hand washes all of her underwear, he'll get part of her winnings. Trust me, Steve knows where mom is. Brian Shoemaker, thank you. Bet the Good Gun guys were from Mario Corn Pop X3. Maybe they were direct descendants of the Corn Pop, the actual Corn Pop. GAA, did you say steak? That shit is so funny. Oh, man. Hey, I'm Jake. Leave Steve alone. All right? He's upstairs trying to get the stains out. Leave him alone. Let him concentrate, okay? Luciano, Uggs are ugly as shit. Crocs are just as ugly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Crocs. That's in now, too. All the kids, they wear different colored Crocs. Remember those are just nursing shoes or nurse shoes? I get it. Yeah, they're ugly as shit. Crocs are ugly as hell. But they're not the worst thing out there. I think pajama bottoms are still the worst. Uggs, I don't personally like them. I think it's weird when guys wear Uggs. Am I wrong in that? We got a bunch of male Ugg wearers in here. Maybe you live where it snows and they're great boots. I don't know. But I usually see females wearing them. So when I see a guy wearing Ugg boots, it's weird. But Ugg boots are cool. My wife likes Ugg boots. I've spent many a coin on her Ugg boots. And I'll do it again. But me personally, no, I ain't fucking with no Ugg boots. GAA Crocs are the new Nike slides. Yeah, man, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with whatever the kids are wearing. It's hideous. But we just did school shopping for my daughter. Well, both of my kids, but my son, he's 6. So he wants some t-shirts and some shorts. Real easy. But she's into the new fashion. And I guess the 90s are coming back. The high-waisted, acid wash, the clueless print skirts and all that. It's back. It's back, guys. It's back in. It's official. David, he says, yoga pants, moose knuckles are way worse. Yeah, they don't leave much to the imagination, do they? When I see stuff like that, I think back like in the old days. Could you imagine like when our parents were kids? Like my mom, she's in her late 60s. So she grew up she was born in 55. So a little bit of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Could you imagine some woman walking out of her house in a pair of yoga pants and like 65? Oh my goodness. That shit would be on the evening news. What up, Monica Foster? No, you're the best. We can't both be the best. It must be you. Heidi Booth, thank you. JG, 9 out of 15 Indiana is changing their abortion. 915 Indiana's changing their abortion law. And it's tough. People are losing their minds. It's back to the old days. You know what? The Supreme Court did the right thing. Will the states do the right thing? I don't know. But it should be up to the people. This is what we're built on. This is what we want. So here we go. Gary Gates, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good looking out. Billy, why are you all upset? Says I'm in the first state to tell you to fuck off from Wyoming. Fuck you. Why are you all mad, Billy? Damn. Talk to me. What's going on, Billy? You're so stupid, Billy. Remember Rosie Perez and White Man Can't Jump? Billy, you're so stupid, Billy. Miss Pepsi Girl, thank you. What's your favorite SNES game of all time? Nintendo or Super Nintendo? Ooh. I would say Kung Fu was my favorite NES game. Super NES, that's got to be Street Fighter. In 92, when Street Fighter, did Street Fighter come out in 92? 91 or 92? Anyway, I was in junior high school when Street Fighter came out. It was not uncommon for us to meet up at this place called the Pizzeria in Castroville, California. And you stack your quarters up in there and do your thing. Get a slice of pizza and play that damn game till it was time to go home. That was some fun times. Shout out to Fernie, Carlos, Miggy. Those are my boys back in the day. A few of my boys. Aw, Billy, why are you upset, man? If you're all upset, maybe you should go on the timeout. Go have a seat with Steve. Go have a seat with Steve, Billy. Anyway. Yeah, that was good, Gun. So here we go, people. Diana Gonzalez, I agree. Let's see. Contra and Russian attacks on NES, says King Hazy. You know, yeah, my brother was a big Contra fan. I got more into video games once like Tekken 2 came out when I was, my teen years. Yeah, Tekken 2 was my game. And of course, Tekken 3 when it came out, Team Tekken. It didn't matter. I was going to whoop your ass in Tekken 2 and beyond. That's my favorite game. I think my favorite of all time. But those are my favorite on that particular gaming system. And we've come a long way from Super NES. When I was in high school, that's when you had Nintendo 64, GoldenEye. That changed the fucking game. GoldenEye? That changed everything. Fuck all this Call of Duty shit. GoldenEye and what was the other one? It was on PlayStation. Oh, man. Why can't I think of it? It was the one where you go around shooting Nazis and shit. It wasn't Call of Duty. Medal of Honor. Yeah. Medal of Honor was the shit. I played that too. When I was in the barracks, I'd get off work. You already know. Because I would get off early. So I was the first one in there. Medal of Honor, thank you. This is where I'll be for the next 2 hours. Anyway, guys. So, the Who. Let's see, I had this gaggle of dummies. I had this article pulled up. No, that's not it. Here we go. So the WHO, the World Health Organization or the World Feelings Organization, plans to rename monkeypox over stigmatization concerns. Oh, can't have that. From London town. The World Health Organization says it's holding an open forum to rename the disease monkeypox after some critics raised concerns the name could be derogatory or have racist connotations. Well, how could it have racist connotations? To who? In a statement Friday, the UN Health Agency said, UN, there's the other problem with it, said it has also renamed two families or clades of the virus using Roman numerals instead of geographic areas to avoid stigmatization. Well, what about Roman people? Any people from Rome here? Oh, Armando Sanchez. Yeah, I love Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Those are cool too. Wasn't a big Mortal Kombat fan. I was more a Street Fighter. But what about the Roman people? You're using their numbers. What if they don't want to be associated with that? What if now you call this the clade Roman numeral 1? Well, what if Roman people are like, dude, I don't got the pox or whatever that used to be called. It's fucked up. See, every time they do something, you can't. Somebody's going to get shit on. All right, somebody's getting the short end of the stick. That's just the way it goes. At least calling it monkeypox, you're picking on an animal. But using Roman numerals, now it's people. You see how stupid this shit is when you say it out loud? Black Daddy, GoldenEye was life. Yeah, man. You go to your friend's house or something, GoldenEye. That was the first time you had a multiplayer. And the music, James Bond theme in the background the whole time. I'm down with that. So it says the version of the disease formerly known as Congo Basin will now be known as Clade 1 or Clade Roman numeral 1, and the West Africa clade will be known as Clade 2. WHO said the decision was made following a meeting of scientists. Well, I thought when scientists had meetings, they met about science shit. Worry about how to stop this shit from spreading, not who's going to get their feelings hurt by what you call this stuff. Scientists. It's my mistake because I keep thinking when I hear the word scientist, I think science. I don't think mealy-mouthed bullshit feelings. That's my bad. That's something I need to work on myself. WHO said the decision was made following a meeting of scientists this week and in line with current best practices for naming diseases, which aims to, here we go. If you're drinking a beverage, swallow it. Empty your mouth. If you're eating food, swallow it. If you already have food in your stomach, I'm sorry, you're probably going to throw it up. Because I'm about to read the most SJW, virtue signaling sentence you've ever heard in your life. If you're holding an animal or a child, put it down. In case you pass out, I don't want you both to get hurt. If you think you might pass out, have somebody behind you, like the trust fall. Have somebody behind you to catch you because here we go. Shit. Which aims to avoid causing offense to any culture, social, national, regional, professional, or ethnic groups and minimize any negative impact on trade, travel, tourism, or animal welfare, even the animals. So you mean to tell me if you name this monkeypox, people are going out killing monkeys? Or whatever animal, insert animal name here, these animals are now at risk? Oh, fuck. Any offense, cultural, social, national, regional, professional, all the ulls. They don't want them to be offended. We're sorry. Numerous other diseases, including Japanese encephalitis, Marburg virus, Spanish influenza, and the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, have been named after the geographic areas where they first arose or were identified. WHO has not publicly suggested changing any of those names. Uh-oh. Guys, are we doing this for the Fabergé eggs of ethnicities, because you notice they named some African shit and some monkey shit. So they don't want to. Shh, guys, can you do me a favor? Turn the lights down. Ooh, lower your voice. There's black people in here. Close the blinds. Shh, quiet. Lower the lights. Close the blinds. Lower your voice, okay? Because we don't want to offend the Fabergé eggs of ethnicities, aka black folks. Now, you Japanese people, you Middle Eastern people, and you Spanish people, fuck you all. But black people, shh, okay? Fabergé eggs, shh. Everybody else, eat a dick. But the black folks, we got to watch out for them. Even on a world scale. Don't worry, poor African countries who are being raped by China, the disease and the famine and the war. That's all good. We don't care about that. But monkeypox, we can't have that. That's going to break those African people. The war and all that shit, no. They can take that. But a disease name? If I had pearls, I'd clutch them. Oh, shit, man. How those black folks getting offended? Yeah. Fuck the rest of you. I don't care about you. You're tough enough. You can handle it. But black folks. So it says to date, there have been more than 31,000 cases of the pride pox. I mean, damn it, Freudian slip. Monkeypox identified globally. Am I an asshole for thinking 31,000 cases? Who gives a fuck? Damn near 8 billion people on this planet. You got 31,000? I don't care. More people die from drunk driving accidents in America alone. I don't hear the WHO getting involved in that. With the majority of those beyond Africa. So it ain't even in Africa. The majority of them. But says monkeypox has been an epidemic in parts of Central and West Africa for decades and was not known to trigger large outbreaks beyond the continent until May. Oh, here, check this part out. Buried at the bottom of the article, outside of Africa, 98% of cases are in men who have sex with men. So again, the WHO, the World Health, the WFO, the World Feelings Organization, they want to change the name of monkeypox because they don't want to offend Africans, I guess. And it's good to know that scientists are getting together to talk about emotions. Cool. Because I know when I have an emotion-based question, I go to somebody in a fucking white lab coat. Man, oh man, what the fuck? Like, is everything else, are the world's problems all taken care of to where we can focus on dumb shit like this? Like, everything else is locked down. Everything else is taken care of. So we have time to focus on bullshit like this. Got it. The world must be perfect. No more famine, starvation, war, disease, violence. It's all good. Our world is now one of those utopias from like a Star Wars movie where everybody lives in these elevated homes overlooking this newly created world. Everything is fine because now we have time to focus on dumb shit like renaming diseases. They've already been named. You know why they call it monkeypox? Because in like Sweden or some shit, I believe in the 60s, or no, the 1958, some Swedish scientists noticed the monkeys that they were doing experiments on had pox-like symptoms. So they named them monkeypox because they found the pox on the monkeys. They didn't say, where should we name the disease from? Yeah, Birgen. Who do we hate the most? Yeah, it's African people. Let's name it monkeypox so it makes them look stupid. Yeah? No. They named it monkeypox because the monkeys standing in front of them had pox. Ooh, but I guess if you look hard enough and you squeeze hard enough, you take this racism fruit and you squeeze it hard enough, you're going to get some drops of nectar. So I guess that's what they've done. Because it's racist because of, a monkey or some shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Charlie Church, what about offending chickens? Like, somebody has to get shit on. You can't please all of the people all of the time. The Fur, Jericho, where and or how did you meet your wife? We actually grew up together. We were friends as kids. She took one look at me and was like, yep, he's the best. Brian King B. Falcon, monkey pock or monkey pox? No, pox, not like Tupac. No, monkey pock. Now that could be racist if you had like a monkey Tupac picture, but I don't see how naming it monkey pox when the fucking monkeys have the pox on them. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this shit out too. This shit is marinated and stupid, and I'm trying to figure it out. Heidi Booth, thank you. Booty Gage, unfortunately for my state, made it. I don't even try to say his name for real. Like, fucking who cares? That guy's a dumbass. But it's hilarious that a gay guy has the word butt in his name. I'll never get over that. That's funny. MGTOW, Michigander. I see it in the map there. What's the slogan? Discover Michigan, something like that. I remember seeing the commercials. You know, when people used to travel and shit. I cannot believe we now live in a world where fifis in San Francisco matter more than giving people common sense for their own health. Yeah, feelings trump everything now. Feelings are more important. Even though engaging in this kind of activities, feelings over everything else, is dangerous, it doesn't matter. And why? Do they not want to be called a name? Are people going to boycott the WHO? Can we do that? And if so, let's do it. But why? Where is this fear of people not liking you or not wanting to buy shit from you? Fuck them. Who cares? If somebody called me a 7-foot white dude, I wouldn't care because I'm not that. That shit is so stupid. If somebody calls you a racist or something, if you're not, who gives a fuck? Any person, any white person, let me give you an example. I'm trying to tell you a story. So one time I used to deliver beer. And we got back to the warehouse one day and they were doing a barbecue. It wasn't uncommon for like every Friday or something. You come back and they're grilling something. They had a big old grill out front and outside of the driver's room. And they were grilling shit. So, you know, what do men do when there's meat being grilled? We congregate. So we started talking. And someone was like, oh, what's that? And somebody had some little I had a rack of lamb there. They said, oh, that's some lamb. And so I said, oh, Baba Black Sheep, right? And he goes, well, my best friend in college was black. I'm like, all right. Like, don't give your credentials. Don't tell people, oh no, this was black and this was, fuck them. If you're not racist, who cares? You don't need to explain shit. So why do they care if these companies care if they're called racist? Unless they really are, then I guess maybe that's the problem. Maybe they have a guilty conscience. But if you're not what they're calling you, who fucking cares? Don't buy my shit. Don't come here. I don't care. I'm not going to bow to you and try to explain to you like I'm fearful of the repercussions. Fuck off. Man, please. I hate when they do that shit. Oh, no. We're scared of what? Rance and Shan, thank you for the Hamilton. God ordered the destruction of Canaan, a nation whose women offered up their newborns to be burned alive for their idols. Sad to see that practice modernized in 2022 under the term abortion. Yeah, they're not burning them. They're just sending them over to China and shit, or whatever they do with them. And I don't even want to get into it here, man, because it's so disgusting. But you want to see, you want to be horrified? Look at a partial birth abortion, how it's done. That shit is unreal, man. And for them to sit up and say, well, what about incest and rape? Do you know what kind of minuscule number that is? Thankfully, that's not running rampant through our country. It's teeny tiny. And it's like less than 0.5% of abortions are performed for incest or rape. So even if you tell them, okay, fine, abortions can be totally legal for situations of incest and rape. That's not good enough because that's not what they want. If that was the case, if you took Planned Parenthood says, no, we hand out condoms and we do mammograms. Abortion is not our main focus. It's not our main source of income. It's not what we do. We are a community health organization. Fine. Then get rid of your abortion department. If it's not a big deal, I ain't doing that shit. Well, then what are they going to send to their Chinese masters? Shit's disgusting, man. Over 90% of abortions are performed due to inconvenience. Hot girl summer. Hey, Brian Shoemaker. Thanks for the donation, but he said something very mean. He says monkey cocks. Ken Burbridge, I do know how it goes. We all do. That was very play of you, Brian Shoemaker. Brian. It's so dumb, the Who. Who the fuck is the Who? Somebody explain that to me. Who are they? Because I don't give a shit about them, and I've gone my whole life without having anything to do with the Who. So, they did it again, guys. Oh, don't forget, mygreengear.com, JerichoGreen.net. Venmo is GreenforGreen. Cashapp is $ Jericho Green and the number 1. Delicious. We are now sitting at 92 degrees, people. I'm not happy. So, check this shit out. Commiefornia free lunches. Jericho, why would you have a problem with California giving free lunches to all students? Let's see. California to become first state to offer free school lunches for all students. Merced, California, or if you're from there, Merded, California. With food prices, inflation, and food insecurity on the rise in California, leaders in education are taking action. Beginning this school year, California will be the first state to implement the Universal Meals Program, providing free meals to all school children. The program will make sure all kids have access to free meals at school. It's a big win for the district and the students. Merced Union High School District got a head start. Because of the need, the district was already serving free breakfast and lunch, taking the pressure off of students in the lunch line. Now, across the state, instead of worrying about packing a lunch, students can get yummy options at no cost. On average, 1 out of 5 Californians does not know where their next meal will come from. So hold on a second. We live in California. People, if you've never been to California, let me tell you something. You go somewhere in California, look at the ground and say produce, and something's going to grow. California is the most fertile soil in the world. We grow it all here. Go to your refrigerator and open your crisper. It probably came from here. If it crunches and snaps, it's green or orange, it probably came from here. All your stone fruits, your plums, your nectarines, your peaches, your plum cots, all that shit comes from here. Your avocados, all of your nuts, your sugar beets, your strawberries, your lettuce, your celery, your onions, your broccoli, your artichokes, your garlic, your mushrooms, all that shit and much more comes from right here. We even took over from Wisconsin as the dairy state. We said, you know what, Wisconsin, we got more cows than you. Give me that shit. We left them with cranberries. I remember the commercials in high school and shit. They had it was like the TSA. And someone would be coming to California and they say, your reason for visiting California? The cheese. If it came from the ground, chances are it came from California. So how do you live in a land of such fertile ground, such fertile soil, and you don't know where your next meal is coming from? Sounds like a personal choice to me. And if that's a child who doesn't know that, sounds like you got the shit hand and you got the worst parents in the world. So that's why the MUHSD's Director of Nutritional Services says health and equity are top of mind. There goes that E word again. When a student would come through a lunch line and they were considered to be a free student, it would create definitely a barrier with getting meals during the day, whatever that means. While student Johan Zizlewski had to pay for lunch last year, he's grateful to also be having a few bucks. I remember when I was in elementary school, I had to pay for lunch, and I really didn't like that. It's nice to know that this benefits everyone overall. The program is part of AB 130 signed into law by who? Governor Bang Your Wife Newsom in July. On Thursday, school workers prepped for lunch portioning out pizza with whole grain bread. Look, I wouldn't. Okay, there's layers to the way I feel about free lunches. And if you've been with me for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this before. I don't think there should be any free lunch. Yeah, Nitro Burb, Johan, that's what I was thinking. The fuck, Johan, where the fuck you come from? I don't think there should be free lunch. I think as a parent, you should be able to prepare a meal for your child to take with them. And you should be able to prepare a meal for your child to eat in the morning before they go to school. Now, I know people have situations and single moms and shit. Well, most of the time, a single mom isn't some woman that the man just left or he died. It's because she laid down with the wrong dude and let him go inside of her. Let's be real. But if you're making children and they got to go to school, you got to supply them something. It shouldn't be up to the school. And let's not act like the food they're getting is top-notch nutrition. It's bullshit. It's processed and it's bad for them. And we're supposed to be happy that they all have access to this dog shit every day. Hey, everybody, get happy. Schools are supplying free piles of fresh dog shit for your children to feast on. They might as well. School lunches are garbage. I remember when I was a kid, I remember the lunch ladies back there cooking in the kitchen. Now it's all frozen processed bullshit. You know how you hear a grade A meat? You ever hear about grade B, C, or D meat? Meat is graded on how long it stays on the ground after it's butchered. If it's grade A, good shit, it probably won't even touch the ground. But if it's grade B, C, or D, that's how long it's been on the ground. Children in school get grade D meat that's been on the ground for about an hour and a half before it's processed. I don't know about you, but I don't want my kids eating meat that has been sitting down for an entire lunch break. No, thank you. I don't believe kids should have to eat school lunch. The school should not provide that. You make sure that your children have enough to eat when they go to school. You make sure that their bellies are full. Sometimes I couldn't eat lunch because I was still full from breakfast. When I would drop my daughter off when she was in TK, there were kids running to get in line for breakfast so they had enough time to eat. Who the fuck is sending their kids out of the house hungry? They got to rush and wolf down their food in time to get to class. And then their mamas were the same ones showing up to pick them up in fucking pajama pants. What the fuck? You know how cheap it is to buy a lunch, to pay for a lunch every day for your kid? A sandwich, some crackers, some juice, and I don't know, fucking give them a treat or some baby carrots. Organic carrots are 79 cents a pack. You better get the peeling and chopping. My parents always made sure that we had lunch and breakfast. And no, they didn't wear capes, and I didn't grow up in the fortress of solitude. They weren't superheroes. They were good parents. I've told this story before. I'm trying to tell you a story. I remember we were going to the aquarium for a field trip. And my parents gave me some money. I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm about to buy me some food from the cafeteria there, from the overpriced cafeteria, get a souvenir, because they gave me the money for souvenir to get a stuffed animal or something. But my dad forgot to pack my lunch. And I was like, cool, I didn't want to eat lunch. I want to be like the cool kids, get a burger or something at the cafe. So we're on the bus, and I'm in the class. I'm like thinking, man, my dad's going to show up and bring my lunch because he's that kind of dude. But he didn't. I'm on the bus. We're about to leave. Yes. Once these wheels start rolling and we get off of the school property, I get to have a burger and fries at the cafe with the cool kids. Nope. See, my dad had a problem. My dad had a problem. He was a really good dad. So what he did was hightail it to the school, burn rubber to my school, and I look out the window and who's running up to the bus with a sack lunch in their hand? Wait, damn it, you son of a bitch. I had to eat a sack lunch that day, people. It's fucked up. I know. How am I going to get through the trauma of having a great dad? I'll figure out a way. But I don't want to hear no bullshit about no free lunch. And free lunch for everybody sounds expensive. Who's paying for it? Who the fuck is not providing lunch for their kids? And again, it's not like this is great produce. This is farm fresh produce that comes from a wooden crate, like the commercial in a fast food commercial where the Taco Bell chef is throwing a tomato in the air and cutting it with a knife. Remember that shit? They had like some chef. Hola, my name is Mr. Taco Bell Chef. I cut the cilantro so fresh and the tomato and the cebolla and the lechuga in my hand. Yeah, right, motherfucker. That comes out of a bag, out of the back of an 18-wheeler. But that's not the shit they're eating. They're not eating fresh prepared, for the net. No. They're eating processed garbage. So we're supposed to be happy that every kid has access to garbage. No thanks. Feed your kids before they leave and pack them a fucking lunch. If you're not able to do that, then you need to change your life. You need to have less time sleeping or less time doing whatever you're doing to where you can't make a lunch for your child. Fun with the school doing shit. You concentrate on teaching them. I'll feed them. The fuck? I don't need your help. I'll feed them and I'll teach them the heavy shit. You stick to numbers and colors and whatnot, social studies. And you feed that shit to my kids. Then you fucking give them some kind of cancer. Oh, whoops. A new study shows cancer is directly linked to free California lunches. Oh, damn it. Sorry, kids. Sorry I let you eat that shit. No, thank you. California. You can shove that up your California ass. Feed that shit to my kids. Oh, but Jericho, some parents. Those parents need to get their shit together. You can't get a lunch together for your child? Come on. Hey, Hoser, thank you. So, first day of my vacation, 10 days off, man. You better be typing that with your feet up somewhere in a cold beer with Melanie. 10 days, that sounds good, man. Don't even say the word work. Don't even look at an 18-wheeler, all right? Take it easy, Greasy. You got a long way to slide. Alien Testosterone, thank you. Salute Papa JG. Hey, man, he was doing his thing. I do the same for my kids. Forgot your lunch? I'm on my way. And it'll give me an opportunity to spy and look and see what you really be doing and shit. Yeah. J954, thank you. JG movie quote trivia. I don't know if you're keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal. Top 10 best movie ever. I don't think I've heard that one. I don't know if you're keeping up on your current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal. I feel like that last part, our guys just got our asses kicked, pal. The fact that it's saying pal, I feel like it's 80s or 90s, but no, I don't know what that one is. Enlighten me, J594, 954, excuse me. What movie is it? Aliens, is it? That's what I'm seeing, Aliens. See, I've never seen the original Aliens. I saw part 3, but Aliens came out a little before my time, so I was never a big fan of Aliens. Okay, making sure I didn't miss it. Boom. Thanks again, Hoser. Hey, California and Hoser, I'm on vacation. That makes your mug beautiful today. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. You got those vacation goggles on. Good for you, man. Andrea Viola, thank you. They changed the definition of GMO now. Really? What the fuck? Of course. People, borders, language, culture. These are the 3 pillars of destroying America. They must attack the borders, check mark. They must attack the language. Here they go. And the culture. Boom. They're already doing that. Once they've succeeded in these 3 things, we are done. They're letting China run wild around the world and do whatever the fuck they want. Maria Camacho, she says, yeah, I pack my daughter's lunch every single day. Yeah. My mom would wrap it all nice in the wax paper and shit. I didn't like when she put lettuce on my tuna fish sandwich. Sometimes she put a note in there, I love you. A well-rounded, but see, now kids got insulated bags and bento boxes. My wife got my daughter a bento box where the bottom of it you take out and put it in the freezer to keep shit cold. I was like, damn, all I had was a stainless steel lunchbox and a thermos that kept the drink cold for like an hour. Because every day at lunchtime, my chocolate milk was room temperature. These kids got it easy. You open your shit up and it's still cold? Not me. And my mom would buy them damn brown paper bags and lunch bags, 1,000 of them at a time. When I got too old for the lunch pail and got into the brown paper bag, you know, junior high school, you too good for the lunch pail. But sack lunches, it's just what you do. A piece of fruit, a sandwich, some crackers or chips, something to drink. Fuck out of here. You'll be all right. I'm going to see you in 6 hours anyway. But you ain't feeding your kid. You're fucking up. Again, you don't have to have them. The stork bringing a kid to you, that's just in the cartoons. You don't have to do it. Hoser, thank you. So I used to bring McDonald's to my son for lunch. He grew up big and strong. Yeah, he's serving in the Canadian military. He's fine. Whatever. It's up to you to feed your child. Charlie Church, that's right. Michael Savage. Borders, language, culture. But you got to feed your damn kid. It's your kid. Makes sense to me. Maria Camacho, thank you for that super sticker, miss. Hoser again. Man, Canada's doing it today. I had a Fall Guy lunchbox, the envy of my class. I had one too. I had Fall Guy. I had Knight Rider. And I think my brother had the Dukes of Hazzard. My brother had the Dukes of Hazzard ones. But hell yeah. Come on, Lee Majors. I was all about that. Fucking that truck. Man, that Fall Guy was shit. But yeah, man, them lunch boxes, you fuck somebody up, one of them old school stainless steel lunch boxes, that thing will probably stop a bullet. You know, in the movie, somebody gets shot, then they take like a coin out of their pocket and it stopped the bullet. One of them old lunch boxes probably could. TYJ fam, he says, Thundercat lunchbox. Man, I wish I had a Thundercat lunchbox. Thundercats. Oh! Man, bring those cartoons back, please. Heidi Booth, thank you. JG, I remember my mom making $3.35 an hour. The fuck? Yeah. And I bet she still made that shit happen. Yeah, it sucks. You tired and shit? You want to lay down and relax? You know how many times my wife was like, oh, forgot to make the kids lunch. Do that shit. They're yours. What the fuck happened? Oh, Armando Sanchez had a Masters of the Universe. See, man, I wish I had that one too. He-Man was a shit. Don't watch the one that Netflix made. I was so fucking disappointed. I wanted to watch those episodes with my son. The animation looked great. Man, that was the worst SJW bullshit I've seen in my life. Miss Pepsi Girl, thank you. Kickball, sockball, tetherball, or dodgeball? Definitely kickball, because I was Babe Ruth. I'll point. This is where it's going. And I'd go around them bases like that. Kickball for me, for sure. Dodgeball was cool. My daughter saved up $106 and bought her own tetherball. Hoop or tetherball, whatever you call it. Still out there. I was proud of her too. She's like, Daddy, I want to buy it myself. All right, save up the money. She did that at like 9 years old. Ransom Shan, thank you. Aliens is my favorite movie. Missed my $5 super. What? Yeah, I get it. You know, Aliens, that was big time. But I only saw part 3. Or whichever one was Charles S. Dutton. Like 97 or some shit. But didn't they, like in one of them, she was trying to save this kid, and then the very next movie, the movie starts with him being dead? Some shit like that. But it was cutting edge, especially the part where she's sitting there like that and the alien gets all close to her face and shit. Yeah, it was scary as hell. Sigourney Weaver. What kind of name is Sigourney? What country does that come from? Because she's definitely the only person I've ever heard of named Sigourney. Fuck, what a weird name. Sigourney. Oh, here we go. I got you, Ransom Shan. Even Jesus encouraged painful execution and death unto one group. Adults who manipulate, assault, indoctrinate, traumatize, and lead astray children. I'm all for it. You are judged by the way society is judged by the way it treats elderly and children and animals. So I'm all for that. You mess with either of those groups of people, there's a price to pay. Haley Green, don't be play. She said Sigourney Wiener. Sorry. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes that sophomore humor calls to you. I answer often. Sigourney's real name is Susan, is it? Then why the fuck she go with Sigourney? That's a departure from Susan. Christian, thank you very much. Yo, hoser. Now I have my own kit car, a black 1987 Pontiac Trans Am GTA, pop-up lights and all. I even had an offer to install the red light up front. Oh, you better. The wherever sound that was, Michael. Kit. He was always out of breath. Kit. I watch that shit with my son. He loves it. What? There are a few, maybe the 8-team intro, but the Knight Rider intro? Oh, man, that's the coldest shit ever. Michael Knight. Michael Knight was a shit. Always had the shirt unbuttoned like down to his damn stomach, the chest hair. You don't mess with David Hasselhoff's chest hair. That motherfucker was at, when the Berlin came down, he was up there singing freedom. But yeah, Knight Rider's is shit. That's a dream. My dream is to get the A-Team van. Because that was my shit growing up. Knight Rider, of course. A-Team, Greatest American Hero, Dukes of Hazzard, all that shit. Airwolf. But yeah, the A-Team van, that's the shit. MyGreenGear.com, people. JerichoGreen.net. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Venmo is GreenforGreen. Cashapp is $ Jericho Green 1. So, damn it, they keep letting him talk. They keep letting him talk. They keep putting hot mics in front of his face. So fortunately, he was by himself. Of course, his handlers, this is probably their wet dream of how to handle him. By himself, dark room where they can edit what he says before they put it out. Because this was a heavily edited video. It was 1 minute and 45 seconds long, and I counted 8 cuts, meaning 8 parts where you can see that they edited the clips together. You can see the scene cut. I counted 8 of them in 1 minute and 45 seconds. Now, Biden's been talking for a long time. He's been publicly speaking longer than I was on the radio. And I can tell you this, I have never spoken. So we used to have this thing where you have call-ins. So if you ever listen to the radio and they say, hey, we're out here at so-and-so car lot from 2 to 4 p.m. Come on down. There's prizes for the kids and tickets and all that shit. That's called a call-in. So they call into the radio station, you record the call, and then it's in this machine called a Vox Pro. It had this little knob on it where you could blow up, you could zoom in. Like it was the sound where all those little sound graph, those little bars, right? And you could zoom in and edit it. You could cut out all the let me do that again, all the shit that you don't want to hear. No one wants to hear cut all that shit out so it sounds like a smooth. Hey, we're out here. So-and-so car dealership, 2 to 4 p.m. We got stuff for the kids coming out. Plus, we got tickets to the Sounds like that. Not all that bullshit. So you could take it and edit it to make it sound however you want. We would fuck with each other. They do a call in and you chop it up to where they were saying like, yeah, I like dudes and all this stuff. Like, I didn't say that, but we could make the Vox Pro make it sound like you did say that shit. My point is, I have never spoken for 1 minute and 45 seconds and had to edit it 8 times. Never. Do you know how terrible you have to be at public speaking for them to have to edit a 1 and 45-second clip 8 times? But that's what happened. And he's talking about the Inflation Reduction Act and climate change and healthcare. I don't understand how those things are connected. How do you spend your way out of inflation? I know you can regulate your way out of it. Relax some regulations. Stop printing up a bunch of fucking money. You can legislate your way out of it, but you can't spend your way out of inflation. So why would they try to do this? Why are they proud of it? Like they did something. People are calling this a win. How? And then the reason I titled this live stream, God Knows What Else, is because he was talking to a group of people last week before it was signed into law. And he says there's stuff in there for climate change, healthcare, and God knows what else. The bill that he was about to sign into law, or that they were about to sign and make it so or whatever, he says God knows what else is in it. So if you don't know what's in something that's going to cost us around $1 trillion, then why are you signing it? He said a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of quiet parts out loud. He said, God knows what else. Bidenist pervertist, our Grand Prawn Chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Talk, talk. All you want to do is talk, talk. He said, it's climate change, healthcare, and God knows what else. Have you ever seen anybody be so nonchalant about such a high-profile position? Have you ever seen somebody be so nonchalant about something so imperative, something so important? God knows what else. You don't give a fuck. He probably didn't know who he was or where he was or who the people he were that he was talking to. Because remember that when he was talking at one time and he said, "Oh, never mind." That wasn't me saying that. It was him. That's a direct quote. Never mind. Resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in the middle of a sentence said, never mind. It's what we're dealing with, people. That's why he's signing things where God knows what else is in them. 81 million, huh? Okay. Mallory Faust. Hello. Thank you. JG, do me a favor and watch the first 2 Alien movies. You like Predator, right? I do. You'll love these, my man. Trust me on this one. Mallory. Let me tell you something, young lady. All right. Movie recommendations. I give people one time to recommend a movie for me, especially so enthusiastically. So if I go and watch these movies and I don't like them or they suck, I can never trust your movie recommendations again, Mallory. So if I do and they suck, never again, Mallory Faust. Never again. We'll see. Andrea Viola, thank you. To avoid torches and pitchforks, which I am for. I'm all for that too. Drag them out here, give them justice. Especially when it's like on tape. Motherfucker. Like that, I did a video on this. That stupid wench in LA, the Windsor Hill La Brea crash where she flew through a solid red light. Solid red light. Not the, yellow, just turn red and squeak through. We've all been there. I'm talking solid yellow or solid red, intersection full of cars, 90 miles an hour. She kills 6 people. Now, we got you on tape because you can see the security footage from a business that was there. Horrifying. And to see those people's last seconds. For them to not know that in 2 seconds you're going to be on fire and dead. But you see the whole thing. So when you have that on tape, what's with the trial? What's with the press conferences? We got you on tape, fool. What are we doing this? This is a charade. Why are we doing this? We already know how this story ends. We have you recorded in HD committing the crime. And Bam Bam Bigelow, climate change, let's wreck the economy. Yeah, how does money play into climate change? How? What are you going to do with money? Where does the money go? Do we bury it in the ground and the earth absorbs it and says, I forgive you. Bring me more money so I may repair the planet. And it just swallows the money up? Where does this money go? Climate change. Oh, are you going to start putting in your 500,000 charging stations for your Tesla? The same Tesla that I saw run over a child dummy. They were in a parking lot, and they had a Tesla and some other self-driving car, and they had a kid in front of it. The other car stopped before it hit the kid, and Tesla ran that shit over. So you're going to have all these charging stations, and of course you're going to need the charging stations because you can only go, 150 miles on a full charge? So cool, I can go on a road trip, but it can only be 150 miles away. Get out of here with that shit. This is a way for them to scam and scheme and skim money off the top. Climate change, this big, vague nothing. What is that? We ain't shit to this planet. We're a minor inconvenience at best. At best. But we're the human race. We're going to show this planet we can fix you. We can't do shit. Be a good steward of it. Take care of it the best you can, but you ain't changing nothing. Alien Robot Ghost. Thank you for the Hamilton. You seem to be the master of impressions, but are there any that you can't do? Oh, there's a bunch I can't do. I'm working on a Christopher Walken. I've always wanted to do a Christopher Walken impression, but that's the one I can't do. That's the one I cannot do. I'm sure there's plenty that I can't. Thanks for highlighting my shortcomings, Alien Robot Ghost. J954, thank you. Not your fault, but a lot of super chats are missing. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I be scouring them. They pop up. If I'm in the middle of a thought or something, I make note of it. I start at the very bottom of the comments and go all the way back up to the top so I don't miss them. So I do apologize. Rancid Shan, thank you. Leftist logic. If a train is traveling 44 miles per hour and my grandmother went to Applebee's this morning, my phone number must be this. What? I'm so glad that I don't understand leftist logic. I'm so glad. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm not even close, but I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid. Yeah, Tammy A, this is 1984. And again, things that we thought, oh, that's just a movie. That'll never happen. That's conspiracy theory. Is it? But this climate change shit, I don't understand. I don't get it. Who does that benefit? We are insignificant to this planet. We affect no kind of change at all. At our worst, our biggest oil spill, Exxon Valdez, the BP oil spill combined, we ain't shit. I know they had to get out there and get some oily seabirds with some Dawn soap. Yeah, I know that. But it's gone. The ocean took care of it. Look at all the things we can't control. Volcanoes, earthquakes, floods. We can't control shit. Let it start raining for too many days in a row. We're fucked. What if all the animals just woke up one day and said, fuck them? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Get eaten? Yeah. A bird. How much does a seagull weigh? A pound or two? Let it fly into an airplane engine. Now 200 people are dead. We ain't shit. But we're supposed to fight climate change, what used to be global warming, and who knows what it'll be in 15, 20 years. Ice age in the 70s. Man, we can't predict shit. Earth's going to end the millennium. Earth's going to end in 2012. Earth's going to end in 10 years because of climate change, an existential threat. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about the planet. How much of the planet have we explored? Like 2%? How much of the ocean have we explored? Nothing. We don't even have equipment that can find the bottom of it. We can get close. We can send James Cameron down there and find the Titanic. But you ain't getting up to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And if you do, you can only be down there for like 2 minutes before you get crushed. We don't know what kind of prehistoric shit's lurking around down there. They got shit down there with no eyes. The sun don't even reach there. Man, shit so big down there, a whale has scars on its face from trying to eat it. And this whale's big as fuck. Man, we ain't nothing. Nothing. Roy Lee Painter, thank you, says, hey, Jericho, you remember the movie Phantasm? Yeah. The creepy old dude with like he was bald right here with the white hair, and he had that little thing with the blades coming out of it. I watched that with my stepdad. Phantasm. That's from the 70s, right? Oh, I remember. But this climate shit is just ridiculous. And we all know this. The people, the Al Gore's of the world, Mr. Man Bear Pig, that turd, that criminalistic turd, fucking Greta Gupta-Fürgen-Bjergen, yeah, or Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, you know what? Never mind, because what I'm about to say, Greta Flagenbjergen, she doesn't, she's actually, despite the dumb shit she says, she's the realest environmentalist of them all. She be taking boats and bikes, so I respect her for that. But the Al Gores and the Leos of the world and these elitists, they put out more carbon in a private jet flight than the average person does in a year. So until that happens, fuck you. I'm not listening to you. The climate, and you're billowing toxic smoke out the back of your plane. We got to have, now in California, you got to ask for some fucking utensils. Because some little girl wrote a book report about some sea turtle having a straw through its nose. Fuck that turtle. Why are you turning my whole life upside down for a sea creature? And most of the garbage in the ocean doesn't come from us. It comes from, never mind, I don't even want to say it because they're too fucking scared to face them and tell them, hey, clean your shit up. Like I said, people, at the beginning, I got family in town. So we'll talk about that drunk-ass celebrity who took other people's lives in their own fucked up hands next week, because I'm off tomorrow. I don't do Sundays, so I'll see you guys Monday. I'm going to hang out with some family, have a good time, listen to some kids laugh, watch them frolic in the sun. But I have a feeling it's going to be a big weekend. It's going to be a big one. We're going to have a whole bunch of nuggets to go through. On Monday, I have a feeling some dumb shit's going down this weekend, and I'll be right here 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday to talk about all that shit. Thank you to everybody in the comment section, your comments, your questions, your donations. Are you just watching or listening? Black Lake, I hope you're done with your yard work. If not, keep on chugging along. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Time out. Got a super. Hit pause. We'll come back. Pause it. Boom. Alien robot ghost. Thank you again. I think we can affect this world. Didn't Genghis Khan kill enough people to affect the climate for a while? He did. He probably did. But they weren't putting out too many. They didn't have a big carbon footprint back then, man. Clowns. Yeah, Genghis Khan, he did his thing. See, the world is lucky that we don't go by that that way of life anymore. We don't do things that way anymore. We don't do the when you conquer somebody, you take over their shit and take over the world. Because then the whole world would be American. Because we just kick your ass and turn you into America. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Uzbekistan? Huh? What are you gonna do? Nothing. So you're lucky we're nice and we don't want to take over the whole world and be a Genghis Khan kind of dick. Because we could. Nobody would stop us. Jericho, China, no, they wouldn't. They got the technology. They're building up their navy and shit, but do they have the people? Do they have people who are really going to die for that country where millions of them are starving and they don't give a shit about them? Brian Shoemaker. I'm doing my best here, man. I'm doing my best. Here we go. I'm looking for it right now. But there's nobody on this planet who could stop us from taking it over. Not a one. Let me guess, maybe if they wanted, like if some countries wanted to get together, you guys want to do a little team thing? You guys want to pool your resources and try to take us on? Okay, you could do that. But you know in the back of your mind, even at your little meetings trying to pump each other up to do it, you know in the back of the mind, we're going to fuck you up. You know it. Because our soldiers, airmen, Marines, sailors, they'll die for our country. They do all the time. But will yours die for your country? I don't know. I don't know. Because we don't have millions. We don't have 20 million people here starving. Not yet. Not yet. Not saying that our crooked pieces of shit aren't capable of such atrocities, but it ain't like that yet. But are those Chinese soldiers willing to die for that country, knowing that mom, dad, and sister are starving, getting rationed a scoop of rice a day? Yeah, I don't think so. And where will we face off? They ain't gonna come here. Where's the battlefield? It'd have to be in China. You motherfuckers, y'all ain't gonna be fighting in mainland America. You're out of your mind. Oh, Jay, 954. I see one here too. Change the name to Cracker Pox. We don't care. Sign white people. They probably would. That's the one group that everybody's okay with shitting on, right? Nobody else. White people, you're evil and you can take it. I did say your last super chat, Brian Shoemaker. I did. Take that. But I'm about to get the hell up out of here, people. I got shit to do. Like my dad would say, I got places to go, people to do, and the easy ones twice. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.